Welcome to the CSFL Power Rankings. I'm JD, your commissioner. Take a look at all the trophies and all the winners past seasons here, and all the logos from all the past seasons. Who will win in season 7 coming up shortly? This weekend coming up, we got the preseason. We got 2 preseason games, one this weekend and one next weekend, and then just 3 short weeks, or just 2 short weeks away from season 7 kickoff. And we got 14 teams now, as you can see in the we've grown over the seasons, and super excited to have a 13 game season and welcome in the new teams. How's it going? Boom. And I got my power rankings for you guys. Staying up late. I'm definitely tired, dirty, and exhausted. But nothing's more exciting to me than the CSFL. I'm going to talk about every team for at least about a minute or so. So this is going to be at least a 14 to 30 or 28-minute video. There's your warning. I got my power rankings list here. Let's go through it. 14th is the Gorillas. But the big question for these Gorillas is, who will start at quarterback? Will it be Larry Harrison or will it be Ismail Pitts? That's the big question for these guys. They got a great team. They just signed Darius Burke, and they had Bob Walker. They got a good receiving core for a starting franchise led by Darius Young and Hank Forrest. They got a really good defense as well, with one defensive end, Andy Curry. He's 6'8", 332 pounds, the silverback of that team. He's absolutely, you can identify him right away on the field because he's just a monster. And then they signed free agent pick Perry Bell, Richard Owens, and they're starting to put the pieces together here for the Gorillas. And the other leader on their defense, Bobby Robertson, had to mention him, the young pro there for the Gorillas in 14th. But the sky is high for these guys, because I'm really curious who, or for her, should I say, welcome to the league, by the way. The sky is real high for this franchise, because I'm just really curious who's going to lead it on offense, though. That's going to be the question surrounding them. And then 13th, I got the Scorpions. And the Scorpions are back, by the way. Let this be the announcement that the Scorpions are back. They're super excited to be back. And that being said, they got young rookie quarterback Will Brooks in this coming draft here. They're a great team on offense. They got a great player, Jackie Wilson, and Jason Tupea on the receiving core, and Joey Porter is their tight end. But this guy right here, Chris Matthews, really starting to come up on the up and up. He's a really fast running back, and I'm really excited about the Scorpions. Like I said, Jackie Wilson, Jason Tupea, and Justin Porter, 6'5", 93 overall, young man, and also a captain on the team. They also have 2 great defensive ends in Justin Mayer and Russ Williams, both 84. And they got a lot of promise here. Let's see what they can do here in season 7. But I got them at 13th. Will they start Jeannie Ingram? Will they start Will Brooks? Will they get Derek Minucci in there? They got to start Will Brooks, I'm assuming, right? But with a young running back, young quarterback, and, let's see if this is going to be a big year for Joey Porter, or um, yeah, it's or Will Brooks is just going to light it up. So that's also the case too. um, but we'll see what happens there. Um, in 12th place, I got the Piranhas. My list is going to be shocking, by the way, just so everyone knows. It's not what everyone else thinks. I'm a free thinker. Alonzo Graham, Rodney Green, um, was their backup rookie last year. They drafted a quarterback, and then they drafted a quarterback again, trying to find a replacement for Alonzo Graham with Andre Gaines, who will start. Maybe we'll get to see one of those quarterbacks in the preseason. Willie Burnside, they again drafted another running back, Alex Howard. So let's see how that plays out. And yeah, they got a great receiving core, great tight end, amazing team. They won the championship, but as we all know, when you win a championship game, you have a championship hangover, and that's why I got them ranked at 12th. Scott Clifford, though, look at this guy, 87 overall, 2-year pro. Josh Burns, 2-year pro. They got some big monsters there. Defensive tackle, it looks really good. David Minucci had 7 sacks last season, tied the record with the defensive end Mike Matthews from the Rhinos. Marcus Moore, their #1 overall draft pick last year, looking great, 85 overall corner. And Ronnie Miller leading the defense there in the safeties department. And the Piranhas, I got them at 12th, and then 11th, which a lot of people are, again, going to be shocked by, because a lot of people got these guys rated high, but I think they're going to have a bad season, and that's the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays at 11th. They got Eric Reeves, who's really good, and he's been really good, but I say this is the year that he does not do good. They got Blaine Higgins, Pierre Palmer. Who's going to be the running back here? They got an up and coming running back here, Pierre Palmer, and Blaine Higgins, who was 99, who's now 97, and Pierre Palmer, who was, I believe, 93 or 92, is now 96. Will we see a change in running back there for the Blue Jays? Sean Rucker, their 3-year pro, is just again on the climb, and they got 2 really good receivers, and actually drafted another receiver in JT Bird, and also had Terrence Blumenthal, love that last name, 6'4", and he's a kick returner. Also John Woods and Tito Snow, they got a whole, and Adam Hill, 6'5", 240-pound wide receiver. They got quite the wide receiving core there for Eric Reeves at his disposal, plus Aaron Diggs, and a great offensive line. So the Blue Jays have the ability to go the distance, but for some reason haven't been clutch. They are 0-3 in the playoffs, going into the last playoffs in season 6, and they lost to the Vipers in overtime in dramatic fashion. Now they drafted Rob Henderson, the big rookie, 86 overall. Brian Olsen, also the 6'6" defensive end, 84 overall. Paul Watts, Pedro Smith, they got insane defensive ends. And great linebackers, 84, 87, and 80. 85. They drafted 2 corners, I believe, in the first round for a few seasons. Jamal Levine and Marvin Castroni being 2 of them, and now Philip Love at their free safety, and Blake Williamson at their strong safety. They look really strong. So I got them at 11th. They could easily turn this season around with this defense right here alone. But will their offense do what they gotta do? I think Eric Reeves is the guy that can do it, and he's got quite the receiving core behind him. But will the Blue Jays be too predictable, or will we see something different from the Blue Jays this year, like maybe a different running back? Next, I got in 10th place is the big surprise here. A lot of people don't know this team very well because we haven't seen them, and that is the Wolverines. Yes, I put the Wolverines over the Piranhas, and people are gonna be like, "No, I'm not watching it now. I'm just, I'm going bold. I'm going bold." And the Wolverines are gonna be better not only than the Piranhas, but also better than the Blue Jays. And here's why. They got William Taylor. This guy is an absolute star. He was in our draft, um, and the same draft as Corey Moore. And for the Vipers, who's been to 3 straight championships, he's the William Taylor was in that draft. He was the third best quarterback, and he went to the Wolverines because no one drafted him. And now he's 99 overall, leading these Wolverines. They got Jesse Bonds, who is just a multi weapon, the Swiss Army knife of running backs, can catch and run and does so much for their offense. They got Keon Turner at wide receiver and Casey Buckley. And they don't really have a lot of great defensive players, but on the sheer will alone of William Taylor, I'm convinced that the Wolverines are gonna do really, really well. They got a bunch of corners in the free agency. They got 2 of them, which was really big, great decision for them because they really needed it. They got a great free safety, Jamar Gibbons, 2-year pro, 6'1", 84 overall, free safety. And the Wolverines are my surprise pick, I guess you could say, or anything can happen, and I really think that this is the team that's gonna make it happen. All right, and then in 9th place, I got a team that's known for their defense, really strong defense. But the question is not their defense, but the question is their quarterback situation. That's right, I'm talking about the Cobras. The Cobras. Who is gonna be their quarterback? They got many options. They just traded and got Eric Watson, and then traded Eric Watson away. I believe he only had 1 start for the Cobras, and now they got their Benjamin Harris, who has been on the bench. He started a few games, did really well for them, and then Derek Albright came in and brought them to the championship game in season 5. And they've been really focusing on Derek Albright. But will this be the year that Benjamin Harris takes over? They drafted Benjamin Harris in the 1st round, and he's been on the bench and is now 99 overall. This might be his year. They got Ralph Dorsey, the former Blue Jays quarterback who came via trade from the Gators, and they also dropped a quarterback that they picked up and signed another quarterback, Clay Sharp. Who is gonna throw the ball? Only one guy can throw it. Maybe they got a plan to have multiple people throw it. I'm just bugging. These guys are a great team, and they are led by Charles Hackett, who just the Axeman Hackett that just chops away at them. They're a run-heavy team that plays really well. They got Brian Williams, who's been leading the way. Michael Pounds, the young coming up, Brian Jones, Tony Thomas now at rookie, and Randall Harris, who led their team in touchdowns actually last season. They got Chris Willie and Reggie Rucker now at the backup tight end spot. They're looking really good, and if this team can get rolling offensively and can have even any better quarterback play than they've had, they can really do damage because their defense is strong. Quinton Hamilton comes in now to help the defensive end for the Cobras, led by Cedric Lane, 83 overall. Um, Khalib Yates, did I pronounce that right? 83 overall defensive tackle. Um, Todd Young, who was a monster last season for them, and now they get the big man on canvas, campus. Bah, hold on. They got the big man, Colin Sherman. This guy's a monster. 87 overall. They dropped in the draft. The Gators, I had predicted taking him in third overall, and they ended up going for a strong safety instead. So they passed on this guy, and this is a few people passed on him. I believe 6 teams passed on him. Colin Sherman is a monster, and the Cobras got him at the 7th overall pick, I believe it was, and that was a huge pickup for the Cobras now, who already had Todd Young, and now they got this guy to help them out. Man, they're just looking deadly. Now they also have Kyle Pounds, shut down 90 overall corner. Gary Moody, who's also had a great season last season. Now they got free safety Jamal McNeil, and Shannon Hamilton. The defense for the Cobras looks strong. They've always played strong. Who's going to play quarterback? That's the real question. They got all the chemistry they need. They got the great linebackers. They got the great defensive ends. They got the great tight ends. They got the great receivers. Who is gonna play quarterback? We will always sit our cat. I'm always gonna be wondering what those Cobras are doing at quarterback. So I got them at 9th place. Okay, so I got those teams missing the playoffs. Now we get into 8th team. The Werewolves is the team I picked. I was gonna make you guess, but for some reason I just said it out loud. The 8th pick, or the 8th in my power rankings, who just make the playoffs, is the Werewolves. The Werewolves are a great team, and they got even better. Let's go take a quick look at them. The Werewolves, Brian Miller, 6'6", 251-pound quarterback, who is the team captain, is now 95 overall. Matt Davis is their backup, believe it or not, because Chris Jones, who led the league in rushing touchdowns and rushing yards last season, 1,300 rushing yards to be exact, and just over 1,300 rushing yards. Chris Jones was deadly last season, so look out for number 44, the Werewolves. Seth Spence and Craig Jackson, Craig Jackson, they drafted in the top of the second round, and he's been promising ever since. And they also drafted Donnie Meadows, I believe, early in the draft in the first 2 rounds, and now it's really paying off big for them. Al Lippman also at tight end. They got a really strong, run-heavy offense, very similar to the Cobras, but their defense is better than the Cobras, in my opinion, just after this season. That's right. I said the Werewolves' defense is better than the Cobras' defense, and the Cobras have always been known for their defense. And they've got a stout defense, but I'm telling you, these Werewolves, I've been looking at them, Dominique Ryan, Jason Woods. Now they got Massey, 83 overall. They got James Haston. They got Ron Frazier, and they got Reggie Dorsey coming in. I just finished his rookie season, and I think Reggie Dorsey's got one step over Colin Sherman, and Ron Frazier's just a little bit better than Todd Young, and they got a better defensive line, plus their corners. Brandon Paris is just a baller, this guy. He's made every single Pro Bowl or every single All-Star game that we have, and now they got Brent Frederick and a couple other really good fast corners, and this is the big guy here, Matt Brown, 6'1". I think he's got 94 jumping. He's like really good jumper. Yeah, 94 jump, and he's just a phenomenal free safety. Um, and I'm looking to see him do big things. Number 7 for the Werewolves defense, and Lorenzo Lewis. The Werewolves play strong, gritty football. They got great game plans. They play the Bears twice a year. They know all about playing run heavy and defense heavy games. They are, what's the word? Battle tested. That's a great word for the Werewolves. Battle tested at 8th place. Okay, and then at 7th, this team is a wild team. This team loves to make trades. You can find him in your DMs. And that is, can you guess who it is? Where is he? That's right, the Gators. I got the Gators. Who they got Shane Antwine, Thomas Brown, Rico Bennett. Let's throw some names out there, some real stars for that offense. And now they bring in Eric Watson as the mentor to help Thomas Brown. Maybe even start. I don't know what's going to happen there. But Rico Bennett as well. Just an absolute phenomenal player. Legendary player. He's better than good. He's Rico Bennett. He led the he's got the all-time stat for rushing touchdowns at 21 rushing touchdowns in a season. No one's had more than him. No other running back. And he's only a 3-year pro. Rico Bennett, the legend for the Gators. Now they have Shane Antwine. That's all they were missing. They had a great defense last year and a great running game and a great offense, but they did not have a great receiving core. And now they have Shane Antwine, and this is going to make them take leaps and bounds, in my opinion. And also with Darius Henson, Jabarith Griffith, all 6'5" wide receivers, Richard Taylor and Chuck Hines now. Ed Wright, and a good offensive line, a very young offensive line at left tackle specifically, and now their defensive line is getting really strong. They got the defensive ends that they've been really fighting to get in the draft, and they got them, Chris Griffith and Charlie McNeil now for these Gators, and also 83 overall Wally Lane. Alvin Flowers, the 88 overall outside linebacker, leads the defensive team along with Alex Dombrowski and Ira Lamb. Am I pronouncing that right? Marshall Ford, they had Tony Miller, who was an 89 overall corner, so they lost him. So that's a big loss to this defense. But I'm more than confident with this defense because they are deep at corner. Adam Smith, the veteran Marcus Holland, and Chris Reed, led by also Marshall Ford, Jordan Holloway, and now Jason Dodd, 88 overall rookie. Jason Dodd, the absolute star. So he's going to have amazing defensive line, amazing linebackers, a really young and ambitious, strong safety who could really be one of the best just to come out the gate. He's got one of the best, if not the best, running back in the game. Now he's got more power at offense with his receivers. The Gators, man, I got them doing big things at 7. Coming in at 7th place for my power rankings. Okay, let's move on to the next team. This is a strong team. This is a team that finished in the top 3 last season. That's right, top 3. and that is the Bears. I got the Bears coming in here at 6th place. They finished 3rd best team last season. They got a crazy good running back and a really good quarterback, Bradley McNamara. He has just really turned the corner for this team, and is phenomenal young quarterback who is able to maneuver his way out of a lot of things, and he really is fun to watch. They have the arguably the best running back last season besides Chris Jones. For young upcoming running back, should I say? There are a few veterans, obviously, that were better statistically, but Mike Davis was a rookie last season, and now he's 93 overall, and he's looking to do big things for these Bears. Blaine Strickland, 99 overall, and Sean Vincent, 2-year pro, 90 overall. Stephen Turner, for the Bears, was drafted, and now they got Calvin Jordan, um, tight end Joe Claiborne, and some really good depth at or really good depth at tight end. This is a long video. Dan May, um, defensive end, rookie defensive end, man. Wow, he's looking stout. Omar Randall to help him out, man. That's huge. And the big IG, Isaac Gaither, 85 overall. This is a huge defensive line, and it starts with this guy right in the middle. Derek Lewis, they got Terrence Mullins and Sam Nash. Definitely not a really good linebacking core, but these guys play better than their rating and have a big year to prove that this season. Corey Galloway, 84 overall, and Matt Wood, who they've been coming up, these young these young corners. All of them are really young. 3-year pro is being the oldest. And then Edward Miller, rookie free safety, and TJ Carey taking over for strong safety. So they got a really young secondary with only the 3-year pro. Yeah, 3-year pro being the oldest. And, oh, except for the Grant McCormick. But should I say it's a really young secondary, and not the best linebackers, but their defensive line and their schemes out perform a lot of these offenses, and they've been ranked one of the top defenses for a long time, for multiple seasons in a row. But I'm really excited about this offense really taking the corner for these Bears, and I really believe that even though they have a great defense, a lot of their games are won by their offense just outperforming other teams' offenses, believe it or not. And then in 5th place, I got a team that is honestly arguably the best team in the league. And it's not because it's my team, but that is the Wildcats. They are arguably the best team in the league, like on paper, just like the Blue Jays. But they've won in season 2, and they've won multiple playoff games, so they're a little bit different than the Blue Jays. But at the same time, they are not missing a lot of pieces. And once you get into the top 5, these teams aren't really missing anything. These teams are all interchangeable, in my opinion, depending on, how the ball bounces, should I say. Leroy Martin, Pat Hall. Pat Hall was a rookie last season, and he played phenomenal. Actually got them to the 1 seed, and they lost in the first round. But Pat Hall was phenomenal in the regular season and is leading the team in season 7. Tiki Carter, they released Darius Burke. He got signed to the Gorillas, but they have a crazy good running back room, and now bringing Marvin Gilliam, who had amazing Rookie Bowl. They got Trevor Simpson, who they've been trying to plug in for a few seasons now. Will this be the season that he takes over, or will Marvin Gilliam take it from him? And then they also have Tiki Carter, who they started last season, who won the role over Darius Burke, leading to his departure. And actually, Tiki Carter had them on a 4-game winning streak when he was starting. Their wide receiving core is one of the best statistically and rating wise, up there with the Demons, who actually just traded one of their top wide receivers. The Wildcats have 98 overall, Troy Jackson. Dave Rogers, 93 overall, young. He's 5-year pro, but he's 6'4". Dante McGrew they drafted. Who was a rookie last season. Torrey Sellers via Scorpions trade, and now they just drafted Marvin Black, who had a crazy good Rookie Bowl, over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. John Turner, the 90 overall tight end, and Timmy Williams. They traded their running back, Gary Mason, who is now starting for the Vipers, for Timmy Williams. Timmy Williams was drafted by the Vipers and then traded to the Wildcats. He's young and he's fast, and he is 6'6" tight end Timmy Williams with a mean mug on his face. 89 overall, gets the job done. That's for sure. Matt Rutledge, Joey Norman, Darius Freeman, very average defensive line, 81 overall. Jason Osborne has a really big season in front of him to prove what he can do. The young rookie, Glenn Anderson, the middle linebacker, phenomenal middle linebacker, Glenn Anderson actually, and Daniel Blitzkrieg, who does really well against a lot of teams. Eric Gregg, 85 overall. Bruce Lang, they're both 5'8", so they're both kind of short. Derek McKinney and Paul Ziegler for the Wildcats. 85 overall Tim Sparks, and 84 overall Mo Ambrose. So their secondary is pretty strong average wise, 84, 85, 85. And then they got 2 really good linebackers, a rookie linebacker and a average defensive line, and really good receiving core, and a good rookie quarterback, and a really good running back group. They got all the pieces. Can the Wildcats get back to the championship game where they went and won against the Gators in overtime in season 2? I got the Wildcats at 5th place. And then for number 4, the Demons. Let's go take a look at the Demons. Yes, I got the Demons at 4th. The Demons are just phenomenal. The big question for the Demons is now their quarterback, which was never an issue for them. Their issue was not their quarterback. Eric Watson was always amazing, and then he had a few bad seasons, and they shipped him out. And now they got Eric Bell, who is a 94 overall now, 2-year pro, and they also got rookie Matt Lyles in the draft. Who's gonna start? Are they gonna have a conflict here? Is there a controversy here between who should start? But is this Eric Bell's team? Is Eric Bell gonna play well? Is Lyles gonna play well? The real question is really around the quarterback. But if either one of these can play really well, they got they're an amazing team in front of them. They're like a quarterback away now from going and having a big run. They have Lamar Lester at running back, and Derek Crowder, who they love, who plays really well. C.J. Holiday. They got rid of their veteran wide receiver Shane Antwine, and now they got C.J. Holiday leading the way. Seth White, Corey Brown, the young rookie, 6'5", 211 pound, 80 overall, and Roman Duncan, Lennox Taylor, and Tim St. Louis. They have a phenomenal offense, one of the best. Seth White and C.J. Holiday are electrifying, and their running back is really good, and they've always had great quarterback play. So that's a big question. But now, this defense is just, it's unrecognizable. You just don't even recognize it anymore. Because the Demons haven't necessarily been known for their defense, though they had a really good defensive run when they won the championship in season 3, which the Demons won the championship and are 3-0 in the playoffs, guys, just so you know. The Demons, man, look at this defense. 82, 85, Kevin Roach, 6'6", 240 pound, 85 overall. Defensive end, they got an 82, 81, 81. Nick Edwards, the rookie, 300 pound rookie. Levy, they got, honestly, they have a few big rookies here, and they're all got great ratings. Maybe they don't play as well in their first season and they make a bunch of mistakes. Sure, that could happen. But man, the potential of this team is unbelievable, and the owner is doing a really good job and is doing his due diligence to get these guys in the right spots. 84 overall, and now 89 overall, 84 overall. They got Scott Hunter last season, and now they got this left outside linebacker, 84 overall. Their linebackers look incredible now. 84, 89, 84, and an 82 and an 85 defensive ends. And now they got Tony Miller now. The real thing that they were really missing was cornerback, and now they got their guy, Tony Miller, 89 overall, 83 overall, Eric Martin, and Jason Sanders, Marcus Dexter, and now Tony White, the rookie. They're looking amazing on defense. And just to add to all of that, they got free safety Nate Hollinsworth last season, who was a rookie, who's now 89 overall. And guess what? They had the first overall pick, by the way, if you forgot. And they picked Charles Fern, 91 overall rookie defensive player, strong safety, who we've never seen a defensive player as a rookie be over 90 before. Never. This is the first one ever, and the Demons got him from Ohio State with the mullet and all. 91 overall, strong safety, 89 overall, 89 overall, 84, 89. That's, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 players basically on defense over 89 or over. The Demons are doing big things, and no one's going to say it. No one's going to put them high in their rankings because they haven't played well the last few seasons, but you heard it here first. The Demons are going to do damage, and I'm excited to see it, honestly. It just comes down to this quarterback. Can Eric Bell play really well? Eric Bell played well. I got them at 4th. Let's get this moving along. I'm thinking like 40-minute video. Rhinos is my 3rd overall. Straight up, the Rhinos. The Rhinos are a really strong team. Questionably the best offense with questionably the best defense. They don't mess around in the playoffs. They have elaborate game plans. They know exactly what everyone else is doing, and they play like it. And also, Alonzo Atkins has been playing lights out. he's just top 3 every season. Alonzo Atkins, in efficiency and being clutch. He might not have the most yards like everybody else, but he is just really clutch. Alonzo Atkins knows how to win ball games. They got Mark Marshall, and now they got David Tate, who may be Mark Marshall's replacement. I don't know. We'll see. Randy Dorsey and Alan Dwight, the best receiving core, the best tandem, should I say, the two veterans. No one's got two veterans like this on a team, and it really shows when they get out there. And Alonzo Atkins, the quarterback for the Rhinos, is lucky to have those two receivers, really. Michael Wilson, and by the way, we can't overlook Mike Matthews. Mike Matthews set the record for 7 sacks last season, tied the record with David Minucci, the left outside linebacker for the Piranhas. My voice is starting to get low now. Xavier Dawson, 89 overall. This guy is unbelievable. He led the league in tackles behind the line, or tackles for a loss. Tackles for loss. This guy, monster, bro. Huge. 89 overall, and he plays like a 95 overall. I'm telling you. Xavier Dawson, right down 94. Keep your eyes on 94. 83 overall, Spence Blake. Good defensive tackles. And now they got Jesse Johnson, the best left outside linebacker in the league. Jesse Johnson was 6'5". This guy's a monster. And Austin Slaughter was also a monster as well. And now they've taken another upgrade. Irv Orlando went up in progressions, crazy. He's 87 overall now. Phenomenal middle linebacker. And Willis Bates plays really well as well. They got, honestly, questionably one of the best corners in the league, if not the best corner in the league. He might not be the highest rated corner in the league, Alex Campbell, but he is lightning fast. He's the only corner in the league, I believe, that has 99 speed. Or it's him and Brandon Paris for the Werewolves. This guy is just lightning fast and makes up for a lot of lost plays. Leon Jolly, their rookie from last season, Omar McNeil, Clefton Petty, and John Horn. Now they got Dante Terry, the second best free safety, 6'4", by the way. 6'4" free safety for the Rhinos. A huge player. So they got Dante Terry, Dion Murphy, Dante Terry, Alex Campbell, Orv Orlando, Jesse Johnson, Xavier Dawson. Like, these guys are just incredible. And they got the offense to back it up. Like, one of the best offenses, if not the best rated offense in the league. Randy Dorsey and Dwight Allen. So yeah, so what else to say about these Rhinos? They're phenomenal, and I really believe that they're gonna have a great season. I got them at number 3. Number 2, this is gonna be another huge surprise for you guys. Maybe not so much for the veterans, but for teams that are making power rankings, most of these people would have this team in the middle, if not near the bottom. Can you? We all know who number 1 is. Do you know who number 2 is? If you stuck with me this long, let's take a look. Number 2, the second best team in the league. And look at the teams we just showed. We showed the Rhinos, we showed the Demons, we showed the Bears. And it's the Dragons, bro. The Dragons are my surprise pick. They are second best team in the league, bro. And this is why. Marcus McNeil. He was a rookie last season, and he played like really good. And this is the season he takes the corner and he's going to play lights out Marcus McNeil. He has now got the phenomenal 99 overall 2-year pro Travis Stovall at running back, and they also have Barry Perkins, who's league MVP, like Pill Poppins, the legendary Barry Perkins. This guy is just an absolute legend. Leads the league in receiving and catches every season, pretty much. Every other season at least. And now they got Todd Kidd, 95 overall. Phenomenal player. We're going to see a lot of Marcus McNeil, the Todd Kidd, Barry Perkins, and Travis Stovall. Who do you guard on this offense? They got incredible chemistry, and I really believe this is the year that the quarterback for the Dragons really turns this franchise around. Mark Samuel, the tight end, 86 overall, who is also really clutch for their team. And now this defense is just one of the best, if not the best, in the league, rated for one of the best. They got 83 overall Patrick Gilbert and an 83 overall Brandon McCuller. Albert Maynor, who is 93 overall, the best defensive player in the league, by the way. Albert Maynor is on the Dragons, and they got 84 overall rookie Chris Charles to back him up, and Chip Bushk, 84 overall Robert Thomas, now the rookie, coming in 82 and 80. Their defensive line is the best defensive line in the league, in my opinion. This is my power rankings, by the way. And led by Albert Maynor, the best defensive player in the league. They also have another 90 overall defensive player, 91 overall Grant Hale, 89 overall middle linebacker Curtis Lindsey, and an 86 overall 2-year pro George Mosley. This guy is just phenomenal. George Mosley, he's just everywhere. Look for number 5 when you watch the Dragons play. Number 5 is making the tackle, or he's knocking someone out, or he is involved in the play no matter what it feels like when you watch the tape on these guys. Plus he's got an 89 and a 91 beside him to help him out, which obviously helps big time. Now they got Daniel Wheeler, an 85 overall rookie. The best corner in the draft goes to the Dragons. And they also got Corey Wilson and Sylvester Jones. Isaiah Bernard won Rookie Defensive Player of the Year, by the way. Don't forget about that guy. And Murr Hill, he's got a stout, absolutely intimidating defense. And we haven't even gotten to the safeties yet. 85 overall free safety and 86 overall strong safety. 86, 85, 85, 86, 89, 91, 90, and 93, 84, 84, 83. This team is just stacked. They got the best defensive line, the best linebacking core, questionably the best cornerback, second best cornerbacks in the league, and like the top second, maybe third best safeties. They're just the best, and they have the defense to stack it up, and now they got the offense with the young offense up and coming. Man, these Dragons are gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. That's all I gotta say about the Dragons. And then the last team, we all know who the last team is the Vipers. You have to give it to them. The Vipers are a phenomenal team. They're the most due diligent owner here. Honestly, everyone, you think you guys are diehard owners. The Vipers go hard in the paint, and they are really competitive. And you can see why with this team. Corey Moore, who's just an absolute star. He's been in a championship game every season he's played. Corey Moore, questionably the best quarterback, if not the best quarterback in the league. They got 299 running backs, Phil Clemens, and now their backup, Gary Mason. Will Gary Mason take over for the legendary Phil Clemens? They won the championship in season 5. We're in season 7 now. 99 fullback, 98 wide receiver Shane Lott, Johnny Jones, their star wide receiver, 92 overall, 5-year pro, Nick Norton, and Teddy Rogers, 87 overall, tight end, and a really good offensive line, above average offensive line for sure. Their defensive ends is 85 overall, Brian Johnson, 91 overall. Defensive end Joel Cook, who just skyrocketed in points as well. They got the best defensive tackle in the league, 88 overall, Sid Vincent, plus an 85 overall now. Rookie that they just brought in, and another 80 overall defensive tackle. Look at this defensive line. 85, 91, 88, 85. Woof. That is a strong D-line, man. This is a big reason why they're number 1. Dale Wooden, 91 overall. Another 90 player. 91 overall Dale Wooden, and this guy's a beast, number 52. Speaking of players that all run all over the place, number 5 for the Dragons, George Mosley. That's for this team. That's Dale Wooden, number 52. You see number 52 everywhere when you play the Vipers. Josh Cameron, 90 overall, and now they got the only spot that they needed help with. Was the right outside linebacker. Now they got Ernest Robertson, and he looks very promising at 83 overall. They also have 290 corners, by the way. Did I mention? 290 corners in Noah Childs, Keel McDowell. Just no other team has anything near that. So they actually have 490 overall players on their defense. Heath Williams and Leroy Wesley for the Vipers secondary. Todd Campbell, who was a rookie last season, who's 85 overall, who's going to have a big season this season, and Pete Jordan. Man, these Vipers are just extremely impressive on paper. Best cornerbacks, best defensive line, and like second best linebackers or something, or maybe even the best linebackers, honestly, depending on the day. They got a really good offensive line, really good running back, phenomenal quarterback, strong receiving core. The Vipers are the best, and that is my. That was a long one. 52 minutes, are you fucking serious? Thanks for sticking it out with me, man. And basically, you got a good look at all the teams, too, as well. Good luck in Season 7, man. And, man, what a strong bunch of teams we got here, man. Good luck to everyone.